Extremely exciting. Here we have an awesome product and a company that has allowed us the opportunity to earn an income while sharing it with others. And one of those ways to earn some very rewarding income is through the team commissions. One of the things that makes the team commission so powerful is the fact that it's based on a binary tree. Binary, meaning two, simply means that you're going to have only two legs that you're going to put distributors in. A leg merely refers to a side in which a new distributor will be placed. So here we'll refer to your legs as your left leg and your right leg. Now, before we get into the actual commissions, I want to take a second to talk about what makes this binary tree structure so extraordinary. The fact that everyone only has two legs in which to place new distributors practically forces the team to help each other. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you've joined the business, so naturally you are at the top of your team tree. Now let's say you sponsor Sue and you place her in your left leg. You also sponsor John, whom you place on your right leg. Looking at this, you can see that you've filled both your open spaces on your left and right leg, which means that the next person you sponsor must go under Sue or John. So here comes Sammy, whom you've placed in your left leg. Not only does this benefit you, but Sue is going to get credit for Sammy's volume when calculating team commissions, even though she did not personally enroll Sammy. And when Sue enrolls someone on her left leg, it goes under Sammy. Through this simple example, I think you can understand how quickly your team tree can build. Just as you helped Sue in building her team tree, others that are sponsored above you will be helping you build your team tree. Team commissions you earned are based on points, and points are awarded when product is sold in your downline. The term downline refers to those that are in your tree, regardless if they are on the left or the right side. So, for instance, if Sue orders a case of Monavie, which is 4 bottles, 100 points are added to your left leg volume. If Sammy orders 2 cases, that's 200 points, making your total left leg volume 300 points. And the same applies for purchases on your right leg. If John purchases 2 cases, now you have 200 points on your right leg. During the course of explaining team commissions, you're going to hear the phrase, your lesser leg. And that simply refers to your leg that has the lesser amount of points. So in this example here, your right leg is currently your lesser leg, since you only have 200 points, opposed to the 300 points in your left leg. So, how do you become eligible to start earning commissions on these points? Well, there are 2 criteria you have to meet. You must be active and you must be qualified. Let's look at these individually. Being active simply means that you personally are purchasing a minimum of 100 points of product within a 28-day period. This is referred to as your personal volume. Being active also allows you to accumulate points on your legs from week to week. When you're active, you never lose points for products sold on your legs. That means you can save those points and let them grow until you can cash out on them. And the easiest way to stay active is to get on auto ship, which means that your order will automatically be processed and delivered to you every month. It's the best way. This way you don't forget to order, you don't lose your points, and you'll always be active. Now, qualified means that you have personally sponsored 1 person on your left leg and 1 person on your right leg, each of which are on at least 100 points of product. Not only does this qualify you for team commissions, but you have also reached the rank of star. So basically, you only have to sponsor 2 people on product to become eligible for commissions. Not bad at all. Okay, you know how the points work. You know what you need to do to become eligible to receive commissions. Now it's time to talk about the commissions themselves. So let's say you have a total of 5 cases of product being sold by team members in your left leg. And we'll say there are a total of 10 cases being sold by the team in your right leg. You'll remember that each case is worth 100 points. So that equates to 500 points in your left leg and 1,000 points in your right leg. Calculating your commission is extremely simple. It's up to 10% of the volume in your lesser leg. In our example, we see that our left leg is our lesser leg, So our commission for this week, based on 10%, is going to be 10% of 500, which is $50 for this week. When you cash out your points, those points are subtracted from your total on each side. So on our left, we cashed out 500 points, which leaves our left leg total at 0, and we also subtract 500 points from our right leg, which leaves 500 points on the right. And this is the really cool thing about Montevi's team commissions. Those leftover points are going to carry over to the next week. You don't lose those points that you didn't cash out on from this week. It's just like all those cell phone companies that let you carry over your unused minutes to the next month, except this lets you carry over to the next week or week after until you get paid on it. So let's look at the next week. Let's say your left team is moving 20 cases of product and your right leg is still at 10 cases. Well, that's 2,000 points of volume on your left leg and 1,000 points on your right leg. But remember, we had 500 unused points on our right leg from last week, so that's going to give us a total of 1,500 points on our right leg. Our team commission is up to 10% of our lesser leg, which this week is our right leg. So let's take 10% of $1,500, which is $150 paid to you. We subtract 1,500 points from each leg, which leaves 0 points on our right leg, and 500 points on our left leg, again, which will carry over to the following week. This alone is $600 more a month. I mean, we're not talking about a lot of volume here. Remember, this volume is generated by everyone in your team. And a lot of people come into the business on more than one case, so the points can start adding up really, really fast. Now let's take a look at this. The left column represents the number of cases in your lesser leg required for the levels of Montevi. And the column on the right represents the rank's title. So you can see that a star 500 requires at least 5 cases in your lesser leg. A star 1000 is 10 cases. A bronze executive, 20 cases, all the way down to blue diamond, which is 250 cases in your lesser leg. Now I'd like to share with you some of the average analyzed incomes of these ranks in 2005. The average annual income of a star 500 was $3,900. A star 1000 was $13,000 a year. Bronze executive earned an average of $23,400 a year. Silver executive was $44,200. Gold executive was $67,600. All the way down to blue diamond, which was $572,000. So how do you grow your team volume to these levels? Let's take a look at a little scenario. Let's say within the next week you're able to sponsor in 2 active distributors. One on your left, one on your right, each on a single case of Montevi. And remember, a lot of people come in on more than one case, but let's be conservative and say that each person only comes in on one case. Now let's say the following week, each of those 2 people bring in only one person. Again, only on one case each. And that's not hard for them to do. Between their family members, friends, co-workers, you know they're going to share this product with somebody and get at least one person on board. That means that your sales team has now grown to 4 people, which is 4 cases. Let's move forward. The next week, everybody introduces one more person into the business. Boom! Your team is now 8. The week after, the number of cases of your team grows to 16. The week after is 32. Then it's 64. And we go on. 125, 250, and finally 500 cases. Again, each person bringing in only one person on one case. You now have 500 cases of volume. That's 250 cases in each leg, and that is blue diamond. And that's only in a little over 2 months' time, on a minimum amount of product. Even if it took you 2 to 3 times as long, you could still achieve blue diamond in less than 6 months.